Hello everyone and welcome to Meme Marketing and How to Drive Engagement with the Internet Fads at EGX Digital 2020. It's quite a mouthful. So who am I? Who is this person trying to tell you how memes work? I am Connie Duffy and I'm a marketer at Ground Shatter, and before that I was heavily involved around internet fads as a cosplayer and a YouTuber. I grew up around the internet's awkward teenage years with Bebo, MySpace, Vampire Freaks, Tickled, all those awkward social medias. And back then, I witnessed memes being shared across the internet, how people started using them as tools to grow communities, going from Doge to Moon Moon to, US fast foods becoming one with memes and becoming a meme lord. I'm going to be saying memes a lot in this talk as well, so do bear with me. So what I want to talk about today is how we used memes for how we Ground Shatter used memes for community building, leading up to Rico's release, and during development for Fights in Tight Spaces. I'm also going to be saying FITS because I always abbreviate Fights in Tight Spaces. So if I say FITS, I mean Fights in Tight Spaces. So where to find the memes, to apply them, and hopefully not get the dreaded Steve Buscemi, how do you do fellow kids with the skateboard response. So yeah, that will also mean in in the usual way of memes, that will also mean every meme I show you today will probably be terribly outdated by the time you guys see this. Right. So, memes are just inside jokes that the whole internet is a part of. There you go. That's pretty much it. Memes aren't some weird code to crack, they're not some secret formula. You want to create an environment and a space where you're a part of something, and you want that inside joke to be your game or your game studio. As long as you and your community are having fun, you shouldn't have to rack your brain to be super relatable. So yeah, I just like this quote. I think people should go back to it. If I always go back to it, and I'm like, memes are literally whatever you want to be. Okay, number one, make your own memes. Just go for it. Just do it. You got this. So leading up to the announcement of Fights in Tight Spaces, our publisher Paul Kilduff Taylor teased on his Twitter a GIF taken from our announcement trailer. It's our Fitz guy doing our taunt move, and in response, we got our very first fan art, which is this little bean guy here. And we ended up, to be honest, it was our first fan art, so we loved it. We printed it, we put it on our wall. It was great. And earlier this year, we had printed some Fitz business cards of combat moves, and we even included the fan arts of Fitz Guy, and we would have used them at networking events had 2020 not happened, or 2020 just not being 2020. So basically, this is an example of memeing something without posting online. It's just, it's not exactly just posting an image of Henry Cavill on Twitter. It's physical that you can have. Speaking of Henry Cavill, number two, jump on the bandwagon. But make sure it has relevance. Yeah, don't have any pride. Essentially, just go for it. In my opinion. So during Fights in Tight Spaces, we had a card move which heavily referenced Henry Cavill doing the arm reload in Mission Impossible 3. During Fitz's announcement, press noticed this, and we got good coverage out of it. They enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. Flash forward to a couple months later, and there is a video of Henry Cavill building his own PC, and people were memeing it to death. They were loving it. So I found this template that people had been posting on Twitter of Henry Cavill building the PC, him turning it on, and then the first thing that comes up on the monitor would be people would put their favorite game. I think Oblitz put their own game on there. So I was like, well, this makes sense to just link Fights in Tight Spaces into this little meme. So I had included a lovely screenshot of us just picking the reload move card. Yeah, made sense. Alright. So, number three, first off, where and how to meme. So this is kind of just my opinion. This is my data. Some of this, like, the internet's ever changing. This could change in 2 hours from now. I don't know, but the data's there if you want it. I'll lightly touch over some topics, but this is where to get the memes. You know, the short of it is you want different memes for different spaces. A simple repost might not get the engagement you want. There's obviously exceptions to almost all of these platforms. But you want to adapt each platform and figure out what audience you want to target. For instance, Facebook, there is this connotation that Facebook is full of old people that are just, there's, oh my gosh, there's minion memes and all sorts, when it's not really the case. In my understanding anyway, it's full of young people and it's full of like proper original memes. There are younger folk on there. It just tends to be people that don't really want to migrate. They don't want to try Twitter. They might dabble in Reddit. So yeah, don't underestimate Facebook. Whether or not it's got good engagement for you marketing your game could be an entirely different thing. But yeah, Facebook's algorithm is pretty spot on for meme users. That could be because they're listening to your phone. But there you go. TikTok, yeah, physical, comedy, reaction. I think it's not really a place that you repost memes unless it is someone's reaction to them reacting to that meme. What else? Let me have a look here. So Reddit is one of those social medias that personally scared the bejesus out of me. I tend to, you sometimes get good ones, you get good engagement, but it's such a tight-knit community. They like what they like, and they don't always, want to click at whatever made them laugh. That's just the way it goes. Sorry, to keep going. Twitter, the holy grail of game dev memes. It has the widest audience. You kind of want to make sure you're following the right communities for Twitter, because its algorithm isn't always as speedy and as what's the word I'm looking for? As personal as, say, Facebook or TikTok can be, and Reddit especially. But also some people have made like their kickstarts just from a simple GIF on Twitter. So, I mean, we all know about Twitter, don't we? It's the best one out of the bunch. But let's see. The main takeaway is each platforms have bad spaces and communities. You kind of want to make sure you don't really want to go near those ones. Just be wary. My main takeaway here: different memes, different spaces, different places, different folks, different strokes. There you go. Which leads on to research. Please research your memes. Stay safe out there as well. It's both rewarding, and the annoying issue with memes is they go off so quickly. You're really encouraged to be quick with them. And even if you want to be speedy, just please research your memes. Going in blindly can just literally do an Uno reverse effect. Things like comics, emojis, even depending on how you would spell slang, can give the audience the wrong impression of your brand. Try to follow closely your favorites and likely-minded studios are doing. Follow by example. Research the origin of your memes. Establish if they're positive, if they have relevance, and make sure you're proud of them as well. So, alright, so sometimes, number 5, I'm not numbering these, but I'm sure you're reading along. Number 5, this is how we do it. It's team effort. So sometimes they can be your memes can be a quick 5-minute Photoshop job, and annoyingly, they can be the most successful memes that you end up doing. A good example was when I was playing, when I was playing Rico, I was doing some testing, and I had managed to kick a door, and it had flown into another open door perfectly. I had posted this on the subreddit r/satisfying, and without a doubt, it's one of the most popular posts we've ever done. It occasionally resurfaces on Reddit's front page now and then. Just quick drink water. Sometimes you can put a lot of effort into memes and they may pay off, they might not. That's kind of just how memes work, I'm afraid. But here are two good examples of our team at Groundshare working together for some classic S-posting. So here we have, where's your man here? We have Officer Duck here in a rare spur. So Officer Duck was a rare spur of the moment in development for Rico. It was around Untitled Goose Game's announcement. And we were like, let's just put a duck in our game. Why not? We did it for a little video. It didn't do amazingly. We didn't know if we were going to keep the duck in. We didn't. But we learned a lot, and I think it was a good exercise for us to do. Another example of that working out for us, of course, was the previously mentioned Henry Cavill punchy, shooty, arm reloading move for the Fights in Tight Spaces trailer. It's really hard to predict what will bomb and what your communities will be interested in. Sometimes it's hard to predict, especially early in community building. But it's these exercises that help you out. Yeah. Okay, before we wrap up, here's some game memes I've enjoyed in different platforms from different folk that I enjoy. I couldn't put everyone that I enjoyed, but here's a small snippet. So there's the obvious Naughty Dog reaction GIFs that they always that they tend to overlay. I think they did it recently with Last of Us 2 as well. But those are the ones that are there where they have overlaid it with Parks and Recreation and I believe Antonio Banderas Assassins. Yeah, fun, easy, a good team. That's a good example of a team effort meme right there. Then the TikTok video, we've got Astroneer that did a nice TikTok dance to a popular song that was trending at the time. Fall Guys naming a new game mechanic after a famous Vine phrase, Big Yeetus. And Kit Fox using nostalgia for old school PowerPoint text. That's really enjoyable. I love a good nostalgia post. Yeah, those are just a small snippet of memes I enjoy. Never gatekeep your meme templates or your formulas. They're to be shared. 100%. And yeah, that brings me to the end of my talk, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This is my favourite meme. It's called Bode. And do give us a follow on our social medias if you can. If anyone has any questions or they would like to obtain my awful slides, you can email me or DM me. But yeah, my name is Connie Duffy, and thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.